Hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me scooch up on this thing. Oh, my shirt. Everybody wants to know, what does my shirt say? It says, I'll be in my office, and it's got all kinds of sewing stuff on it. I get these on Facebook, you guys. A lot of people ask me all the time, where do you get your shirts? I want that. And it's usually from a company called TeePublic. I think if you go to TEE Public, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Because the way this company works is designers from all walks of life, all over the world can just, I think they can just upload their designs in TeePublic, and then people buy them, and then somebody at TeePublic, which I think is in New York, that seems to be where my shirts come from, then they print them and ship them out. So what you can do is just Google quilt sayings t-shirts or sewing sayings t-shirts, and TeePublic will come up, and it will give you just the sewing sayings ones. Otherwise you get just oodles and oodles of stuff and you can't even sort through it. So anyway, I didn't come on here to talk to you about t-shirts. But y'all always ask me, so I thought that I'd share that. So, all right, the video just came out, all three of them for the series of the Kimberbell Cuties Table Topper for February. I'm starting to see them on Facebook. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Hi, I'm Becky, and I am a sewing, not garments, but machine embroidery and quilting enthusiast. And I like to do tutorials and just visit with you guys in my sewing room and take you along on my journey. And we are right in the middle of doing, this is a Kimberbell project, and it is the Kimberbell Cuties Table Topper, and it is the book, the pattern book has 12 toppers in it, and we're doing one a month for the year. So I'm just having a sew along. If you are brand new to machine embroidery, you might start watching these and get comfortable with your machine and start piddling around with it. I do see a lot of you still saying that you're looking at your machine and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do with it. Just take a deep breath, turn it on, look at it, poke around on the buttons, get your book. It's not that hard. They're much easier than you think when you finally get them. You know, the thing I've found is most of them have a ton of bells and whistles that you really won't even hardly use. So there's that too. So don't be intimidated by that. You'll get it. Anyway, I've got a couple of announcements I want to tell you guys about. We've got some very cool things going on. And the first one is on Thursday, this coming Thursday, January 27th at 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I will be doing another All Brands Live. And we're going to do one of these table toppers, and I'm going to show you how you can take a topper from any month, whatever pattern you like, put your own fabrics to it, and make it uniquely yours. So that's going to be pretty cool. That will be on YouTube, and that is not on my channel. That is on All Brands channel, but I will link to it below the video. When I get the link, I'll link to it. And then also on my blog, PowerToolsWithThread.com, like I did a post for February, and it's got all the videos there for the February topper. And so you can watch those all in order if you want to. So, or you can turn the sound off and go do the dishes or vacuum, whatever works. You know, I'll just be in your room with you working. Who wants to do the dishes? Ugh. So that's on Thursday, and then February 1st, I'm so excited about this. I am going to be hosting a Designs in Machine Embroidery She Shed event. This is going to be so much fun. This will be live. I think it's on their platform, on the Designs in Machine Embroidery Dimes platform. I'll put a link below this video. It's free to register. You get a free, super cute she shed embroidery design just for attending. And it's going to be Eileen Roche, I believe, and Ann McCarthy. And those are two experts. I'm not an expert. I'm a hobbyist. But those are two embroidery experts. And when they were talking to me about this, they said, what do you want us to show? And I said, you know, when I first started my embroidery journey, I really got into what Dime offers as far as placement guides and magnetic hoops and the silicone mat and all of the products that they offer to help beginner embroiderers. And that's what I really wanted to focus on, was those things. So a lot of people ask me a lot of questions, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I'll tell you guys, a lot of it was the stuff from Dime that I got that really assisted me to get better and better and better at machine embroidery, and especially placement. Placement can be such a challenge. So they're going to talk about all those things. I'm going to be there the whole time. It's an hour and a half. Now that one's at 3. The one for All Brands is at 3:30. The one for Dime on the 1st of February is at 3 Central. It lasts about an hour and a half. And if you've got nothing else to do that afternoon, please register. I'll put a link below and you can click on that and register, or you can email me, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com, and I will send you the link to register. I also just put a blog post out about that if you go to my blog, the She Shed event, and you can see that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I won't be actually using all the stuff, but I'll be in the chat with you guys, and we can visit and talk and, you know, change recipes and whatever we want to do. We can do all that. That'll be a lot of fun. So there's that. And then the next thing, as if there's not enough already, I think the 7th of February, have you guys seen the Designs by Juju chicken placemats and the mug rug? Oh, they are so cute. And I have nothing with chickens on it, so I'm all over this. I'm going to be doing a sew along starting February 7th to do Designs by Juju's the placemat, and we're going to do a mug rug. And if you're a beginner embroiderer, you might want to do this. And Christine from Jelly Rolls to Go has put together fabric kits. So she has fabric kits in a green colorway, a gray colorway, and a pastel colorway, so that you can use the pastels for Easter if you want. Each kit will make 2 placemats, and you are guaranteed to get the fabric that looks like the pictures that I'll put right here. So you're not going to get any fabric that doesn't go with exactly that. So this is really cool. You're going to get the pattern from Designs by Juju. I'll link to that below the video as well. You're going to get the material or the fabric kit from Jelly Rolls to Go, and you're going to get a free video tutorial on how to do it from me. So that'll be fun, won't it? So if you guys want to get the kits, you need to kind of hurry, because Juju already put it out to her embroidery group. I think that the kits are available, and so they might go. But if you can't get in on that one, don't worry about it. We're going to do some for Easter as well. Juju's got some adorable stuff coming out. I've seen it, and I'm just like, oh man, I can't wait to make that. I think that'll be so nice. Okay, so that was all of that. January 27th, I have All Brands Live at 3:30. And go to their YouTube channel. It's All Brands on YouTube. You can look at that, and then you can actually put it in your wait list. You can click on it and it'll say coming up, but that's just day after tomorrow. And then February 1st, we have the Dime She Shed event. That is what you need to register for, and it's free. And then February 7th, we're going to start the chicken placemat sew along. That's going to be a lot of fun. So this past weekend, I went to Ganado, Texas. It was the grand opening of Two Chicks Quilting's brand new store. And you guys, it was awesome. It was just awesome. I am so incredibly happy for Julie and her team. The place is ginormous, and a lot of you came out to say hi, and thank you so much. That makes my day, warms my heart when I get to see you guys. And that was a lot of fun. Here's some pictures of the new friends that I met. I'll tell you, that store is huge, and she's got machine sales, and she's a dealer for Bernina and Brother, and then she's got some long arms as well. So it's pretty cool. I want to wish her all the luck in that store. I think the demand is pretty high. So that's very cool. Very, very cool. I met new friends, and I saw some old ones, and it was great. Just a great day. We were supposed to go to our house at the coast last weekend, but y'all, it was in the 20s. It was cold. Woo. You know, Keith said, well, I don't want to be out on the water. And I was like, well, then why are we going to the coast for the weekend when I'm going to spend all day Saturday anyway in Grenada? So ended up, I drove down there Saturday morning, and then I drove home on Saturday afternoon. And you know, I can't pass a quilt store, right? I mean, that would be kind of wrong if I went by one and didn't stop, right? So Quilter's Patch in Victoria, I stopped in, and boy, was I glad I did. Look what I got. I'm not taking it out of the package, you guys. I'm going to show you. I got Lori Holt's cookbook fabric. I got a whole fat quarter bundle of it. Yay! I'm so excited. This is great. I am going to be making chicken salad, her chicken salad quilt. That is a sew along on her blog. I think the pattern is free. I'm pretty sure she's just going to give the pattern away. But I'm using the cookbook fabric. And I saw Lori Holt do a video talking about the fabric. And so there's a lot of directional prints in here so that the plates stand upright, you know, on the shelf and all that. But I love this line. I think it's just adorable. And I'm not going to make mine exactly like hers. I am going to add some of her shabby and her solids in this as well. And it's just going to give my eye a place to rest. I need some downtime on my brain when I look at a quilt. And then I'm going to be using, this is from Farm Girl Vintage, Lori Holt's Farm Girl Vintage. This is Chicken Tracks. And I'm going to be using this as the backgrounds on my chickens. To make the chickens, I did get the chicken salad. The name of the quilt is Chicken Salad. I think that's right. The fabric line is called Cookbook. So the chicken salad templates, I got those as well. And y'all, I'm going to be putting these into the Scan and Cut. And yes, they're clear and the mats are white. Now there's two ways if you guys are going to do this and you want to use the Scan and Cut and Simply Applique, or maybe you just want to use the Scan and Cut to cut out your pieces. Two ways you can do this. You can either trace around each template on a piece of printer paper and run that through, you know, like with a pencil or maybe a Crayola black marker or something, and put that through the Scan and Cut. Or somebody told me that you could actually put these against a dark background, like a piece of dark colored paper, and run that through the Scan and Cut. You'd need a scanning mat for that. That's the non-sticky mat with the clear flap on it, but you could put that in there and run it through. I haven't tried that, but that's what I was told. So if you're interested in giving that a try. So along these same lines of scanning in a template, somebody also emailed me and asked about using Simply Applique to stitch down pre-laser cut quilt pieces, like for applique. Like, let me get a pattern. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. So you hear me talking about Simply Applique and you're new and you're like, what? What are you talking about? That is a software program that operates on a Windows machine, and it will work on a Mac with Parallels and a Windows OS, but it works on a Windows machine and it will fully automate your applique, machine applique. And so you need a Scan and Cut in order to make that part of it work. But let's say you've got, like I was going to make this quilt for my son's dog. Does anybody else make quilts for their kids' animals? Well, I've made everybody in the family a quilt, but I saw this at the Houston Quilt Festival last October. This has pre-cut laser pieces in it. I also got one for my dog, for my blue heeler, okay? So these have pre-cut laser pieces. my thought is to go ahead and scan these into the Scan and Cut. And then you can see them on the paper because they're colored. The darker ones you can see. So the idea is you would need to test, if those of you that are on board with Simply Applique, I can see your wheels turning already. So you would need to do a test with your scrap bin and find out that the line, is it exactly the size of the pre-cut piece, or do you need to shrink it by like one click on the Scan and Cut, or maybe two? You just need to be sure that your final blanket stitch is actually going to capture the fabric. And if you've got, like this has, all of these are colored, and if I had white on white, I would trace it with a pencil and then make sure that it's not going to be traced, that outside of the line that you trace is not too big. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Those of you with Simply Applique, a lot of you have that now too. Oh, I want to let you guys know, put on your nerd hat for a second. Somebody in the Facebook group had talked about the fact that they were all upset because they could not download Simply Applique to a Chromebook. So, and they made mention of it, and I sent that entire thread to All Brands, and All Brands reached out to them and refunded their money, because Chromebook is not a real laptop. It's not a Windows laptop. So it will Simply Applique only works on a Windows machine. And if you have Brilliance or you're thinking about that, you guys, a Chromebook, all it is a giant web browser. That's all it is. It's designed for you to get out on the internet. You can play your games. You can do Microsoft Office. You can do Zoom calls. Anything that has to do with the internet, you can use a Chromebook for that. But if you are a machine embroiderer and you want to use some sort of software for your embroidery, you can't use a Chromebook for that. You have to use either a Windows machine or a Mac. And depending on the software, it's one or the other. But that's why Chromebooks look great, and they look like an iPad. They're not, okay? As a rule, embroidery software does not work on tablets anyway. But this Chromebook, the new ones that are out, look like a Microsoft Surface, like a real Microsoft laptop, but they're not. So if you're a machine embroiderer, I would steer clear of Chromebooks all the way around, unless you fully realize you're just not going to be able to use it for any kind of things on your embroidery. I'm making the Woodland Wonderland quilt. This is just adorable. And Fat Quarter Shop redid it with Pat Sloan as Autumn Wonderland. And I am working on that still. I got behind, life. But I'm still working on it. It is a work in progress, and it is up on my board. I've got a lot of it done already. And the other day, I finished this block. How about that? Huh? That's the snow something block. I can't remember. So I'm starting chapter 6 now. But I tell you, I saw this block, and I was like, oh, I don't want to make that. Y'all, this took me 3 hours. And with an hour a day in the morning working on my stuff, that was 3 days to put this all together. Plus an hour to cut it. It was hard. It was a hard block. So I wouldn't do it if you're a faint of heart. But I mean, it's going to come out adorable. So yeah, I'm working on it now. Now I'm going to be putting together the stem in between the leaves. I've got to do this set and this set right here. This is what I'm working on next. And then these center flowers as well. Okay, well, it's been a fun visit with you guys. If you're not subscribed, please do. I found out like only 22% of the people who watch me are subscribed. Why don't you guys hit that button, huh? You don't have to hit the bell so it doesn't bother. But it helps so when you know when I put out a video. But please subscribe. Gosh, it helps my channel a lot. And, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But I'd appreciate the ding. If the subscribe button is red under the video, please subscribe. You need to be logged into your Google account in order to be able to do that. So, all right, you guys, that's it. I've had a lot of fun visiting with you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.